Our guys have been looking forward, to playing a game. So we did our normal prep. We'll have another prep tomorrow morning, and let's start this thing going.
Erik, it's been a belabored point already. You've been put 0-4 against them in the regular season. How much does that matter to you guys now? How much of a talking point has that been?
Well, we didn't talk about it, but I'm sure it's great for discussion out there. It depends on who you ask. Come on, naturally, if we were to talk about it, we would say, hey, this is playoffs, it's a different season. If you're them, they're saying, hey, we can beat them, we have great confidence, we already did it 4 times, so depends on how you look at it. We're looking at us and how we need to impact the games in order to give ourselves the best chance to win.
Erik, even within that, what kind of matchup problems did they give you with their length? I mean, you mentioned that after the games that their length, particularly on the perimeter, did create some kind of issues with you guys.
Yeah, and as competition should, the further you get on. It should be very competitive, and that's the way our games went. You're talking about double overtime, 1 point differences in the games, going down to the last possession. They're a talented team. They're a veteran team. They have guys that have been in these situations in playoff games, just like our guys. They have two-way players, so it's all about embracing that competition right now. We have respect for what they can bring to the series.
With them likely going small as they have in recent weeks, just with Pierce, do you stick with UD as a starter?
We'll see. I mean, we can go whatever way we need to go. Whether we start that way or whether we don't, we'll go as deep into our rotation as we need to.
Health-wise, everyone checked out pretty well.
Yeah.
Erik, what similarities are there between the offensive styles for you guys?
Well, certainly they have some of the positionless elements that we have to our offense. Guys are in different parts of the floor, different guys handling, different guys making plays. They do have shooting, so there's a lot of similarities from that standpoint.
You remember about the time with Sean here? You guys were high on him for a long time, and then and then obviously he's coming back from what he's coming back from. What do you remember about those few months you were with him?
You could see it. Just at that point, that was his first step back on this long journey to where he is right now. We loved Sean. I think he loved it here too as well. We feel we had a small part in the process, but a great pro. You root for him because of all the work and everything, the perseverance that he had to go through. It took a long time to be able to get to the season he had last year. Last year was the first complete year, and then now we build off that, and you're seeing a lot of what you saw before the injury. And you're talking about a great talent, somebody with size, ability to pass. He knows how to run an offense, so even as competitors, it's great to see him back out there, particularly after what he went through. And I personally spent a lot of time with Sean. I recruited him hard on that first step. He was one of my first recruits.
Erik, what do you see out of Dwayne in your first round against Charlotte? Is he back to being close to 100% physically?
Well, fine. He feels great. He had a good week of work. I'm not going to put a percent on it.
Yeah. He looked good against Charlotte?
Yeah, I like the fact that he was able to play the minutes that he did. He had an impact on the games, and that's what it's about. I mean, considering where he was 3 weeks before that, it was a great step.
Now to have 7 full days off, where do you think that puts him?
Well, it was a great week of work. He didn't take his week in vacation. Yeah, I mean, this was a benefit for him to really be able to train more, work on his conditioning. The practices that we had, I think, hopefully will help.
Both teams pride themselves on their bench, obviously. We're both very deep. Who on their bench? You talked about Sean. There have been guys most probably.
I think the most significant thing is they have great veteran depth. They can go 12 deep if they need to. We feel we can do the same thing. So as the series goes on, if teams need to make adjustments, you feel confident that both teams have the personnel to do that.